This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna. And today we've got a fun episode. We've got Karen Foster here. And Michael Foster, if you guys recall, was one of our, probably one of our, first 100 episodes. He was definitely up there and one of the first people I've talked to. So now getting to talk to the wife, hear her point of view of the story. Super excited to have you here, Karen.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. And I'll have to listen to Michael's. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, definitely. Karen, tell me about your experience with being a real estate agent. What's your story? How'd you get here?
Well, I've been in real estate for about 14 years, almost 15, and was with another company, and we joined EXP. It was 2019, in January of 2019. And it's just been great. And every year we've iconed. We actually have one more sale, and we will have iconed for the fourth time.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So it's been great. And it's something, yes, it's an award. With my other company, I got all these awards and never really got anything for them. What I like about this, yes, you recognize it's a lot of work to get there, but we get all of our investment back in stock. And that, to me, is, I love about it. So even if the stock goes all the way down, it doesn't really matter. I've given something of value that you can go to the bank for.
Yeah, and we love that, right? It goes so much further than a plaque or a pat on the back. And Karen, we will dive into the awesome award and trophy you get with EXP that has some value behind it. Before we get to that point, tell us how you got to EXP. Who introduced you to it? Were you skeptical of it? How did that process go for you? And especially when it comes to breaking up with your old brokerage, because that's hard.
That is a really good question. And it actually took us about 5 to 6 months to make that transition. We realized we partnered with another person that was with this other brokerage, and the three of us, Mike and I and him, Scott is his name. We all kind of evaluated what a team looked like, evaluated what it looked like with different companies. And so that is the reason why we chose EXP. And we got together and we had flow charts and, big stickums, all up in our kitchen and kind of talking about, okay, if we went with this company, this is what it would look like. If we went with this company, this is what it would look like. So that it took a while. So I understand it's not a decision that you make right away.
Yeah, doing your due diligence, making sure you get some research in. I appreciate that about the process that you guys took. And you were like, the model at EXP makes sense. So Karen, now that you're with EXP, what is something that you've really fallen in love with over here that maybe you didn't expect at first or didn't know about, and now you really admire about the company?
There is something that until you experience it, you don't believe it. And that's agents helping agents. And it is, I'm sure you probably hear this every day when you talk to people. It's giving back. And the way Glenn has structured this business is agents want to help one another because everybody succeeds. It's not just, we're not competing. We're wanting everyone to succeed. And really in this stage of my life, that's what I want. I want everyone to do well, everyone to bring up the level of professionalism in this industry. And so working to help them achieve their goal is really what I want.
Absolutely. That sense of collaboration is, really awesome about EXP. And it's something that was, kind of unheard of in the industry before EXP. And now with that model that EXP has built, where a rising tide raises all ships, right? It's become a really important staple in the culture here.
Right. And
And
you can't explain it. You just can't until you experience it.
yeah, absolutely. That experiencing it is, the most important part when it comes to understanding the process
Right.
and seeing how quick you get responses and seeing how open people are and that attitude that they have when they come with it.
Exactly.
It's positive. It's a good attitude to have.
Yeah.
And Karen, before we dive into all things Icon, tell me a little bit about yourself. How does Karen recharge? How do you chase this work-life balance that everybody talks about, but nobody has seemed to perfected? Where do you draw the line? Because real estate can be a 24/7 job if you let it run you.
It can. And I shouldn't say we, I was almost there. This industry right now is a real challenge, and you're always having to be on top of things, and it can be a 24/7 day or job. And so what I do is I just say I need to stop and go for a walk. I don't run, but I am starting pickleball.
Okay, I've heard good things about pickleball.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. And just getting out and doing other things besides work is very, very important, especially in today's market. So, I do some of that, try some meditation. Actually, I was so excited. I listened to Jay Shetty, and I was so excited to hear him when he was at the EXP Con, the shareholder summit. And he provides a lot of thought in centering your life. So
Absolutely. That's really cool. Well, and that's another thing, Karen was just at shareholders, which was really cool. Like she said, she got to watch Jay Shetty live. There were a lot of cool things like EXP and sponsored by Sphere Rocket VA, who sponsors this podcast. They were able to rent out Universal Studios for the night. And so talk about employee appreciation. They love to treat everybody and make sure we're getting that networking in and in the most, fun and immersive way as well.
That going to Universal, I probably will never want to go back because we were so spoiled because it was just us. And so we had 4 hours of walking all around and food and entertainment and everything else, and got to see Harry Potter World and had a butter beer, and it was all fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And, getting like you went in line for snacks and they just handed them right to you. Like you didn't have to pay for them. That was I think in my opinion, that was the best part. Like if you want a pretzel, you don't have to be like, well, I can't get a pizza. You can get both, have a bite of each. It's so wasteful, but it was so fun. And such a fun experience, meeting everybody and, running into your upline, downline, putting, faces to names that have been on your screen and kind of mentoring you. It was really a cool experience. And Karen, let's talk about your Icon experience.
Well, I know we touched a little bit on it. Like I said, we were almost there for our 4th time.
So in your market, about how many houses do you have to sell to hit Icon? Because obviously you have to do those 20 transactions after you hit your cap. But what's the average house price, and about how many homes do you have to sell to cap?
Well, our average price right now, it's gone up. It's about $323.
Okay.
In order to cap, you have to sell about $2.6 million worth of homes. So that equals to about 10 homes. But we've already, so that will mean that we'll have sold 30 homes. but our goal is 50. Well, really, no, yes. But last year we sold 60. So
Okay.
we would like to get there, but that is our goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Karen. That's great. And, with iconing, there's also a cultural commitment. It's not all about production. You've got to take time to give back to EXP. So, that being said, Karen, what do you guys go with for your cultural commitment? Mentorship, teaching an EXP world, vetting other icons?
What we do mentor. I'm a licensed mentor. And what that is agents that come in to EXP that are new, we actually mentor them through their first few transactions. And I think that's so important because a lot of times people will train you and then you're like, okay, you're on your own. Those first three, I mean, how to really write an offer is crucial. So I do the mentoring. I don't, yes, I do think we're successful. But there are so many other great people. So I'm just kind of humble and I don't feel like I need to be on the stage and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So that's not me.
Okay, that's fair. And that's why they have so many different routes that you can take for, that cultural commitment here with EXP, because it's different for everyone, and that's okay. And they make sure to have those options for you guys.
Right.
And the final question, Karen, for the icon is, excuse me, is, what's your favorite part about iconing? You have the opportunity to earn your cap back in stock, shareholders, EXP. You get a nice big shiny glass trophy. So, what really makes you say, man, we got to keep iconing now that you're coming up on your 4th time, right?
Yeah. Well, one, I think it's also, there's only like, 2.9% of all of the 80,000 people that are icons. So we do have an icon group that we share ideas with and things like that. I think that's very valuable. But then also getting something back for doing something that I love. And that's kind of nice. It's not my little plaque. I mean, I've got the Hall of Fame award. I've got all these other awards, but they don't go to the bank. I can't take those to the bank. And so I get an extra reward. It's like a bonus for doing something I love.
Absolutely. I love that. That's a really good way to phrase it. And Karen, let's put you in a little bit of a scenario, right? So you guys came over to EXP. You were able to icon your first year with EXP?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So as far as, excuse me, I'm just having a hard time right now. As far as, being a rookie or somebody coming over to EXP from another brokerage, is it possible to icon in the first year? What were some of your, secrets and mistakes to avoid? How should they go about that?
That's a really good question. In today's market, it's hard. I mean, you have to really work hard as a rookie getting into the market. I do think you are capable of capping your first year. Your second year, you could icon. I mean, we have a couple of agents that have icon that we partnered with in their first year, but they were more experienced agents. So thinking of your first year, yes, you can cap. There is a lot of work that needs to go into it, but iconing, I think you can do it your next year. And if you're just getting into the business. But as far as transferring from one brokerage to another to icon would be very simple. If you're a good agent now, I guess I should say.
Right, absolutely. And you're dedicated to, the drive.
Yeah.
And Karen, so that being said, were you ever skeptical about EXP?
Oh yeah. I mean, at first I thought, oh, it's just a multi-level marketing thing, and I don't want to be a part of that. But then as I looked at it, it's really not. And everybody, all firms try to attract other agents. It's not, that's their job. And so we're not just attracting just anybody. We're attracting people that really want to succeed and grow and be a part of a community, not just that I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
It's, so that's the kind of community actually I think EXP is building.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to help.
And it's been awesome. Like you said, we've touched on it so many times today. It's just such a huge just plus side of being with EXP in that community aspect of it. And
Right.
Karen, when it comes to somebody that's maybe skeptical of coming over to EXP, right? And they see the greener grass, but they're not sure, oh gosh, I've got to break up with my brokerage. And then, they say EXP is a cult, it's a pyramid scheme. What if I have to leave these transactions on the table, this and that? Karen, what would you have to say to somebody that's skeptical, looking to make the move? Because with high risk comes high reward.
You're right. And you have to look at each individual person and what their goals are, because what one person coming over, they may have a certain set of goals and someone else may have another set of goals. So I think that the thing is to look at what their plan is and their end game, and don't be short-sighted, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go here just because, they're paying me to move. EXP is not going to pay you. All the agents are treated equally. You have to earn your way up. But I think that's important because not all brokerages do that.
Absolutely. And Karen, I think it's been an awesome conversation with you. I think we're coming up on, almost 20 minutes here. And I think we have really talked about all the good things about EXP, that community being the most important aspect to you, clearly, off of how much you just, rave about it. So Karen, is there anything that you want to leave the listeners with today as we wrap it up? Or obviously, if you guys have questions, reach out to Karen. She's big on the community here. So obviously she's going to be an awesome representative for you to ask questions to. Karen, any last words here?
Well, I just think EXP is a great company, but it's a real estate organization, but it's so much more. And it's a great company to build your business. And I'd love to talk to anyone that's interested or has any questions or anything like that. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. I love it. Karen, thank you so much for your time today. Are you going to be at EXPCon?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Well, I will plan on catching up with you and Michael there. Thank you so much for your time today, and looking forward to the next time we get to connect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.